Hello, everybody. What's poppin'? Just cleansing the energy with some lavender incense. And then I got this surprisingly uh, affordable yet wonderful uh, sage eucalyptus white cedar room and linen spray from Walmart. And I like to spray this on myself and around my decks to cleanse the energy, as well as this Palo Santo spray that I got from the local metaphysical shop. Um, Love the smells. Anyway, I'm gonna do a reading. I have a TikTok and I'm gaining a bigger and bigger following very quickly. I mean, it's not that big. I mean, I have like 190 or 188 followers, but that's within the past few months. So that I'm like growing a little quick, and I just want to expand to YouTube because TikTok only allows me to do like 10-minute videos tops, and that's the longest I can do for readings. So I feel like that's not fair, or I feel like that's not like, trying to be 100% genuine with my job, or not the job, but like my duty as a tarot reader is to give you the best advice, or to give you the best possible, what's the the best possible product I can give you, if that makes sense. Um, you know what? I don't know if I want to do sign specific, or if I want to do like a specific sign, or just like certain elements. I'll do a general for anybody, for any sign, so that creates less of a conflict about who I'm gonna make a video for. So this one's for all signs. And you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok at the same handle that I have on YouTube. All right. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Let's get into it. Okay. So, if you don't already know, it's Mercury in retrograde, and the retrograde ends August 12th or 13th, or something like that. And the full moon in Aquarius is on the 9th or 10th of August. So that's going to be very interesting. My moon is in Leo and my sun is in Aquarius. They're in opposite signs, just like the full moon in Aquarius during Leo season. So it's very interesting, and I'm gonna see what the energy has to bring for me. It's probably either gonna be very good and intense, or very intense in a negative way, but not always negative. Probably like a tower moment where things are ripped away because they needed to be ripped away for everything to be, built anew. But let me stop stalling and get into the reading. Okay. I don't know if anyone has varicose veins. I don't know why that popped up in my head. Varicose veins. Uh, or this is weird. Like someone has like mental health issues and they have to hide all the knives away from them in the house. I don't know. I'm getting weird downloads right now. Let me see. A shopaholic. Someone's a shopaholic for sure. Oh, I got some cards. Four of Cups. Okay. The World. And the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Let me pull one more. Four of Wands in reverse. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this person is in a huge contemplation period. You guys, not this person, but you guys are in a huge contemplation period with that Four of Cups. Um, and with that Four of Cups, it's like, you are just pondering and imagining and thinking about different opportunities, or thinking about different solutions, and feeling kind of sad and mopey because the World in reverse is, showing that there's like major blockages in your trajectory in your life, and like cycles not coming to an end when they need to. And with the Eight of Swords in reverse, um, thankfully you're kind of getting out of that mental trap and that mental imprisonment and self-pity and self-doubt and self-limitation. But with the Four of Wands in reverse, this pain and this hurt was due to like maybe like a divorce, or maybe like a separation from a relationship, or maybe from I don't know. I'll keep pulling and figure it out. Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Justice in reverse. This is a very interesting reading. I haven't seen anything like this before. Okay. Five of Wands reversed. King of Wands. Eight of Pentacles reversed and Eight of Swords reversed. Okay. Ugh. No. Okay, so all the heartbreak or the blockages and the mental entrapment and contemplation and cycles not being complete, you get to a point where you overcome that somewhat with the Six of Wands, and you get recognition and you get praise, and you get kind of like a high five or like a pat on the back for everything you've accomplished, and it feels really good for that. And for the justice in reverse and the Five of Swords in reverse, that's showing to me that there was a lot of things that you did that were very unjust, if the lack for a better term. Things that you did that were very unjust, and things that you did out of spite, out of anger, out of malicious intent. With the Five of Wands in reverse, with the Justice in reverse, it's like you kind of want to apologize or make amends, or you kind of want to, have a clean slate with the people that you've harmed. Maybe you've had an addiction or alcoholism or something. That's what I'm kind of picking up here as to, the making amends, and, like the blockages and the contemplation, the mental entrapment, yeah. And then the King of Wands. I would say, because, okay, I feel like that's your energy, that you become this King of Wands, very, manly man, and very, steadfast and strong-willed and very determined and very charismatic, very outgoing, on the go, on the spot. All work, 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 and play, play, play. He works as hard just as he plays hard. And then after you got the Eight of Pentacles reversed with the Queen of Swords reversed, it's like, okay, let's like this King of Wands is also dealing with the counterpart of the Queen of Swords in reverse, but it's like an Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So basically he's like, I'm over it, I'm getting out, I want out, I tap out. So that's interesting. Okay. Let me just get more information. Let's see what else I can get out of this reading. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put that Queen of Swords and Eight of Pentacles to the side because they don't deserve to be up here. I feel like all the bleep. I can't really curse on YouTube, but all the F and SHIT that this Queen of Swords in reverse did to this King of Wands is pretty effed up. So that's what I'm getting. Seems like a very toxic female or feminine energy. No offense, but let me continue. Okay, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Knight of Swords. The Star. Ooh, and Temperance. Ooh, okay. Okay. I'm getting a feeling that, okay, the Page of Pentacles reverse, especially because of the Queen of Swords and Eight of Pentacles reverse, is that like this, this Queen of Swords is trying to come back with that Page of Pentacles in reverse with an apology. It's coming back very swiftly with that Knight of Swords. But thankfully with the Star and the Temperance card, it's like that King of Wands. You know that this person is not going to do well, or not benefit you in your healing period. And the Star with the Temperance, that's a huge signifier that you're really trying to focus on harmony and balance and moderation, and taking care of your own self and your own emotions, and having a harmonious kind of like, you know, a much more harmonious life than you did previously with this Queen of Swords in reverse. Um, so you could definitely be an Aquarius since the Star card's out here, or you could be Sagittarius, Temperance, and King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Um, yeah, I say ditch that person, because if she or whoever, male or female, comes back with that, half-assed apology with that Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Swords happening very swiftly and impulsively, run for the hills. Focus on your spiritual healing, your spiritual journey, your spiritual path, and have balance and harmony and moderation, and harmonious, kind of balance in life. So yeah, just really stay away from that Queen of Swords in reverse. Definitely not healthy for you. Ten of Swords, yeah. Hierophant, okay. Two of Cups, wow. Two of Pentacles, okay. Lovers reverse, wow. Oh, that's the Devil reverse, okay. Nine of Pentacles, okay. Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, with the Four of Wands right here. Okay, so the Ten of Swords, there was like a painful ending, there was like a heartbreak, and there was like an abrupt ending, and like a backstabbing, like it was like horrific emotional pain. But the good thing about ten of swords, is that once 10 is like the highest number, so it can also represent ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new cycle with this Ten of Swords. And then you get to the Hierophant, which is like, the Hierophant is all about spiritual guidance. It's about spiritual protection, spiritual mentorship, seeking out mentorship from spiritual figures, or just, not relying on yourself too much and asking for help. But with the Two of Cups here, it's like, love is definitely here. And with the Hierophant, I'm getting the sense that this is because you want to take it to a higher level of commitment, and you feel like this is like a soulmate or a twin flame connection, and that this was destined to be. With the Two of Pentacles, you're also trying to balance this relationship with everything else that's going on in your life. And since it's upright, the Two of Pentacles is upright, you're doing a pretty good damn well job at that. And with the Devil in reverse, thankfully, that's like an ending of toxicity, an ending of negative behaviors, an ending of negative patterns, and like an ending of, just being toxic in general. And then you got the Nine of Pentacles, great abundance, great independence, self-abundance, and self-reflection, self-care, self-love. And then you got the Three of Wands, is where you're looking over at the world of everything you've accomplished. So I kind of want to figure out like that new love and that new future you have, because you're kind of like coming out of all this negativity and you're rebalancing your life. But I keep getting like this like just curiosity. I don't know, I just have this curiosity to keep seeing what's happening with your life. Okay. Spirit. Okay. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Four of Swords. Ooh, the Empress. And again, the King of Wands. Wow, okay. Yeah, with the five of Cups in reverse, the bottom of the deck. So the Five of Cups in reverse is like a healing period. It's like a coming out of hermit mode, sort of like the Hermit card, but it's coming out of like hibernation, and like acclimating to the world again after grief and heartbreak. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse, though, feels like you might be stagnant, or you feel like a sense of stagnancy, or being stuck, or feeling trapped. For the Four of Swords, it's just because you need some rest, mental rest. You need to take a mental break, and you need to like decompress. And then you got, you got the King of Wands again, with your divine counterpart, the Empress. Look at that. Um, I kind of just want to see, like, just pull a little bit more of why you have that Seven of Pentacles reversed. Nine of Cups. You're worried about your emotional fulfillment, your long-term emotional happiness. And with the Four of Swords, I get the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this also has to, with the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this also has to heavily tie into your emotions, your internal feelings, your ability to love people and to love yourself. And also this has to do with feeling unrest with the Four of Pentacles, because there's like a need to make money, or like a need to be financially abundant. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, with the Four of Pentacles, it's a strong indication that you're like feeling stuck and stagnant because you're not achieving as much material growth as you should. Sorry, my mouth is dry. That you're not achieving as much material growth as you should at your age, no matter what age you are. But come on, think about it. Like, there's people that are like 50 and then they become a millionaire, and then you have people who are 19 that become a millionaire. You can become a millionaire at any age nowadays, especially with social media. But it seems like it's going to be a really good connection for you and your twin or your soulmate, and like twin flame or soulmate. But I just want to kind of be still a little more snoopy about what's going on. Page of Cups, yeah, offering of love, okay. Ace of Cups, wow. King of Wands again, oh my lord. Lordy lord. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you are definitely offering love. You're definitely being very upfront about how you feel about this person. And with the Ace of Cups, it's a healthy type of love. It's not toxic, and it's about a healthy way to give and receive love. And you're healthily giving and receiving love, and not being too codependent, or being avoidant, or being a mixed attachment style. And that is a really good thing. And a lot of things, it's the thing that most adults don't even have, because of the a Five of Pentacles. You've dealt with heartbreak, and yeah, with the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you've dealt with heartbreak and losses. With a King of Pentacles, gender doesn't matter. A King of Pentacles broke your heart, and because they left you out in the cold with that Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords, they backstabbed you and left you. And then with the King of Pentacles, that's what that person did. But it's like and that's what I mentioned earlier in the reading, of how you were kind of not acting yourself, or in a bad way, or something like that. And they got the Page of Cups and Ace of Cups, and so you were going into a healing period, or a restorative mode in the previous spread, where I had the Star and the Temperance. So you're going to this healing period, and this period of kind of emotional and spiritual guidance. So that's to heal from that five of Pentacles and Ten of Swords from this King of Pentacles. And with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands, you're very stable in love. You're very financially stable, and you're also very emotionally stable and available, which is something very rare nowadays. Holy Lord, you got the Ten of Pentacles. You got the Magician. You got, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay. Since the Ten of Pentacles is here with the Magician, I'm getting a sense that, it was, it's like you manifesting this Ten of Pentacles, or you kind of manifesting like this new way of living, and growing spiritually and mentally and physically as well, like physical health. In the Magician and the Ten of Pentacles, you're heavily manifesting abundance when it comes to finances and career and opportunities for new jobs, and also having a stable foundation with family and friends, and loyalty with family and friends. But you have the Five of Cups here, so you're still a little bit in grief and depressed about the. Oh, but the Seven of Swords is upright this time, so you're still a little bit of grief and a little bit of sadness when it comes to, your past situation. With the Nine of Cups in reverse, it really shattered your self confidence and your self love. What that King of Pentacles did to you, with that Five of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. It's almost as if they just vanished without telling you and never gave you a proper goodbye or a proper breakup and just ghosted you. That's what I'm picking up. Alright, I want to tap into some oracle cards to kind of close off the reading. I'm going to do some oracle cards from this deck. Healing Energy Oracle. Beautiful. Cards are huge. I'll just give it a quick Sage Spritz. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Return to heart. I breathe light and stick to the essential for my soul, the present moment. I calm my thoughts, I focus on my heart and find space to be where my light and greatness are. I find peace in inner silence. Okay. Maybe it's that healing period from that, Five of Cups, and also the Star and the Temperance. Okay. Oh. Choice. I choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. I'll pull one more from this deck. Manifestation of light. See, like manifestation, the magician. Manifestation of light. I see the beauty in me. I grow and develop my inner self in harmony with light and beauty. I free myself from negativity. My heart transforms, my intellect shines, and my inner light grows. Yeah, so those are the messages for a healing oracle messages for you. Especially when it comes to you and your relationship with your twin or karmic. But I feel like it's a twin. But the thing is, it's like, just stop being toxic to each other. It's either you gotta leave that. I think you have to leave that person for good. That Queen of Swords in reverse. You gotta leave that. BITCH. No offense, but person no good for you. But I feel like I want to keep continuing giving you more of a reading about other stuff in your life and not always about your love life, because he wants to keep doing tarot readings about love life forever. Ugh. Sorry, I had to grab my vape. Okay. Okay. Oh, the Star and the Six of Swords. The Star again. The Star, the period, the restoration, the hope, the renewal, the faith, the divine protection and divine guidance. And with the Six of Swords in reverse, it's also showing a little bit of a hesitancy, or like a push and pull effect of like wanting to get better, not wanting to get better, or a feeling of like being stuck, or like you feel trapped in that healing period of like, okay, so like I did all this damage in the past, or like I did all these effed up things, or I just feel so much heavy emotions that I don't know how to deal with it, and so I'm gonna ignore that Star and ignore that healing and restoration period, and we'll move on with my Six of Swords in reverse, just pushing it under the rug, letting it build up, which is not healthy. Don't do that. You have the Two of Swords in reverse. You have the Page of Pentacles reversed, and you have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay, this is all about finances and career right now. Thank you, Spirit, for giving me different messages right now. So you have an inability to make a decision. Oh, Two of Pentacles upright right here. Okay. Okay. Death in reverse. The Sun. Okay. definitely has to do with finances, 100%. There's an inability to make a decision or a kind of struggle to make a decision about a possibly malicious offer of like a business deal or a financial deal or like a lease agreement or anything like that. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's like this person wants to take your abundance, or this person wants to take every like the abundance and like the financial gain that you've created, and they want to make it their own. But you come up as the Two of Pentacles, so you're gonna balance that very well against these people or a person who's trying to take money away from you or give like a false contract or like false statements or something. I don't know. You got the Death in reverse, so there's going to be like a resistance to change, or maybe an interchange since the Sun is here. An interchange to become more happy and heal your inner child. But I'm going to see why that's tied to what is going on with these finances and career. Let me see what's going on. Four of Wands in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. Oh, Three of Cups in reverse with that Ten of Cups. Okay. Three of Pentacles reverse. Okay, I know what the F is going on. The Star. Okay, more the Star again. Okay. With the okay, wow. Yeah. With the Five of Wands. Okay, yeah. I feel like it's that past person coming up again. I'm so sorry. That Queen of Swords is coming up again. So because you have the Three of Cups in reverse, which represents a third party. And you have the Three of Pentacles reverse, which represents the third party as well. But it's the Queen of Swords that's doing a third party and is trying to get involved with your emotions and your finances because of the Ten of Cups. Wow. And with the Seven of Wands, or the Five of Wands, there's going to be a lot of conflict. There's going to be a lot of battling. There's going to be a lot of arguing and screaming and yelling about like you're just using me for my money. Maybe there's like a divorce, and then this person wants to get half of everything you own. Or maybe it's like a girlfriend or boyfriend who's like trying to sue you for damages or some BS like that. Let me find out more, Spirit. Please give me more answers. Okay. The Emperor in reverse, the Devil in reverse, the Moon, the Page of Cups in reverse, okay, and the Ten of Swords, okay. Sheesh. Okay, this person is extremely manipulative and a control freak and has power issues and power dynamics because of the Emperor in reverse, and with the Devil in reverse, it's like yes, this person is trying to work on that. This person is trying to fix those attributes that that person created or has kind of accumulated growing up in life. And with the Moon and the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Devil in reverse, it's like there's like secrets and anxieties and fears and kind of hidden like things that this person is hiding deep down that's causing them a lot of emotional distress. And with the Page of Cups in reverse, it's showing that this person is mentally unwell. And with the Ten of Swords, that's almost the Ten of Swords reminds me of the Tower, that everything is gonna come crumbling apart for this person. Yeah, sheesh. Confirmation, thank you. Five of Cups. This person, that Queen of Swords reverse, is going to be extremely unhappy with the World in reverse. Blockages, the cycles not being completed, not a lot of stagnation. So I would heavily suggest staying away from that Queen of Swords in reverse, and make sure that if they do try to take legal action against you, that you have an attorney, that you document every single text message, every single phone call that you have with this person. Page of Wands, Four of Pentacles, King of Swords. Yeah, be very strategic when it comes to your finances. Be very strategic and kind of stingy when it comes to your money. And make sure you hide your money, put it in separate accounts, or just get a new bank account and transfer all that money to the other bank, because I have a feeling that Queen of Swords is going to try to, get into your money. And I feel like there's that third-party situation trying to help that person do it too. I don't know. That's something that I'm just picking up. I know that sounds crazy, but that stuff does happen in real life. Yeah, Ace of Cups in reverse. They're either emotionally manipulative or emotionally selfish or emotionally immature. They didn't know how to express their emotions. They didn't know how to be an adult, even though they're probably a grown ass adult. Let me get my another Oracle deck really quick. Okay. I got Message of Love Oracle deck. This is for twin flame and separations. Um, because I feel like that you are in a separation and you are in a twin flame connection. So let me see if I could just get any messages out of this Oracle deck. Let's see. These spirit, here's some messages I need to find out about, see, hear, think, or feel over this audience to know about their connection. Okay. Disagreements. I wish you understood how I feel. Okay, a lot of disagreements. Okay. Oh. Whew. Soul contract. The lessons I learned will never. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. Okay. Confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. Of course they do. Okay. Overwhelmed. The stress from this is draining me. That's kind of funny because they're causing it. Unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Okay, they're unsatisfied, so they probably seek their new chapter. I am trying to move on, so maybe they did try to move on because they were unsatisfied, and had a third party, kind of situation. Um, but they do miss you. But there was a lot of disagreements, a lot of overwhelming things, and soul contract means that it could be a karmic soulmate, or it could be a twin flame connection. A lot of confusion. This person feels confused. But at the end of the day, this person felt unsatisfied that you weren't doing enough for that person. So they left, and as I said, they're moving on and trying to get a new chapter. So that is like a red flag already. That person is not ready for a relationship. No offense. But yeah, that's what they are. That's what they gotta say. And then I'm gonna use the Oracle of Ascendance to close this off, just to give you some final advice. Halil. Okay, let me just start with that. Okay, Halil. I believe this is an ancient African symbol or Greek. I forgot which one. Oh, it's in Reiki. It's Japanese. Halil is the first base of the three base symbols in elemental trinity healing, meaning goodness, greatness, and light. Its energies resonate strictly with the earth, the material, the physical based plane of existence, and the groundedness and solidity of all things. It is the foundation that holds us together. Um, it's the foundation that holds together the manifest. When this card appears, to answer the answer to your question is based solely in the energies of the physical realm, which leads to the self-reflective question: Is this for the betterment of myself and or others? If the answer is no, then you must work from the physical level to resolve the issue. This could be through speech, physical labor, or communication. Within Halil, in is the all and the nothing, the infinity. So it is also appropriate to reference this message contained in what corresponding cards as well. Okay, let me pull another one. Wow, Neptune. Okay, a little bit of dreamy feeling. or maybe like a little bit of a, daydream, want to escape your mind kind of feeling. Okay, let me see. Or maybe you need to relax and not take everything so seriously and just kind of be like in a dream state or in a trance. I don't know. Um, the energies are the ruler of the deep, the god of the sea, Poseidon in Greece, Neptune in Rome. This planet's influence affects emotions, deep thought, and inner calm. The energies of the unknown are apparent here as Neptune urges us to explore that which lies beyond consciousness. It is also referred to as the dissolver, as it calls for a dissolution of set patterns in order to teach new thoughts and approaches with regard to higher knowledge. When it appears in your cards, you are asked to reflect on its qualities and apply them to your own existence. Why? What situation requires restructuring? Neptune's energy reassures you that this dissolution is by no means an end. It is simply a restructuring so that the path may continue in a new, fresh, and brighter direction. Okay, I get that now. So it's kind of like uh, a new direction, and when it comes to divinity, the all or the nothing, try to come with that plan, or try to come up with a, kind of game plan or like list of what to do, and try to manifest those things into action. Um, Ouroboros in reverse. Okay, I'm gonna read that one really quick. Ouroboros is a snake that eats itself. If you don't know that, let me see. And it's in reversed. Jealousy, power hungriness, and temperamental attitudes are the shadow sides to this sign. Beware of wanting the things others have that you do not. And uh, remember that what you need. What? Remember that what you want isn't necessarily what you need. Okay, I'm sorry. I need glasses. Continue to self-reflect and be humble in nature and in practice. The laws of karma apply quite well here. Okay. So basically, always do the right thing, even when nobody's looking. Kind of come up with a game plan, come up with kind of goals for your future, write it down, manifest it. Don't get too cocky, don't get too arrogant. Um, really um, watch out for that kind of like negative behaviors or negative attributes that you have, because it can create a sort of disillusion or kind of separation from reality, especially with Neptune, or a separation from people in general. Okay, let me see. I think there's like another oracle I want to pull out. Or like I've already done like it's okay. I'll just do one more like tarot card to close it off. One last tarot card for some advice for you. Four Swords, Death in reverse, and the Empress. Wow. Five of Swords. Okay. So, over your ending message, your overall ending message after everything I just told you, is the Death in reverse. Work on blockages. Work on not allowing yourself to get stagnant or stay stuck, and allowing healthy growth and healthy change to occur. And then you'll have the Empress, which is like a huge divine feminine energy, and very regal and very abundant and very independent and righteous, self-righteous in a good way. Then you got the Four Swords, which is warning you to get enough rest because of the Five of Swords after lots of disagreements and disputes and defeats and battles and arguments. And the Four of Swords says that you really need to rest. But that is all I got for you today, and I'm out. Peace.